Bea, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I loved American Carnage. Not
Okay.
not only
You
is
seem
it
like you weren't expecting to love it though. So talk to me a little bit about that.
I think it's hard to pull off a think piece horror movie.
Yeah, no, I
You
agree.
know, and to do it well and to do it so it's not over the top preachy and to find a way that it can reach the people it should reach, not the people who are going to see it anyway.
Yeah. That's a very good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's been a couple that have come out in the past couple years and I'm like, okay, this is fine. And this is my favorite one. I'm being
Okay.
so honest.
Oh, that's so cool to hear.
But before we talk about the movie, I want to talk about you a little bit. If this is everyone's introduction to you,
Yeah.
who are you? Where have you come from? Why do you love acting?
Yeah, okay. I moved to the States from Chile with my mom when I was 4 years old. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and from an early age, I really gravitated towards acting. My mom put me in theater, like in the community, as a way to help me assimilate to just a new place and to learn the language. I was 4, I was young. So Spanish was my first language, but since I was so young, I learned English fairly quickly. But it was just something that has always been a part of my life, a place where I felt like I could be understood and seen. I had a bit of trouble socially in school growing up, and yeah, just in college, I was on track to further my studies in cognitive neuroscience. And my junior year, I said, you know what, I don't want to regret one day not pursuing this professionally. Let's give it a shot. And I haven't looked back since. So
That's amazing. You're like, look, I'm gonna be a neuroscientist, but no.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed that work too, and I did research work at the University of Chicago, which I really enjoyed, but I just felt like my heart was calling me elsewhere. So
Follow your dreams. That's the whole thing,
yeah,
right? Following your
yeah,
passion. Too many people don't.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I think people sometimes get caught up in the fear of like failing, but really you're living your life for yourself, and it's hard to not think about what other people think, but you always just have to come back to what's going to make you happy. And I really set out to with the intention of I want to say that I at least tried, and that carried me through. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, well, I can't turn back around now. So it's not even a question anymore about trying. It's like I'm in it.
I love it. And I think you're gonna be such an inspiration to other little girls out there. They're like, I want to do this,
Ooh, don't make me cry.
Okay. Wash that off.
The
So
STEM team, Kendall and Mark, will be mad at me
okay, let's talk about American Carnage. Let's switch gears. Let's get to why we're really here. So talk to me about your character and what it is that you love about her.
Yeah, at first I was a little bit hesitant about the role of Mika, but I really came into a space where I saw that we both similarly had the same kind of starting point, or like we are both white Latinx women. And I think I was a little bit hesitant or like scared at first because her life is very different from my life, and our experiences are vastly different. But then I saw it as a creative, unique opportunity to really have the same starting point as someone, and then be able to tap into the imaginative state of, well, what if my life was different? What if I had gone down a different path with different ideologies and a perception of the world? And that was really fun to explore, especially knowing like in my conscience that I'm still the person that I am.
Absolutely. It's just putting on, like stepping into someone else's shoes and kind of like
Yeah.
not judging it. Cause I feel like that'd be really hard.
Yes, yeah, the judging element, of course, yeah. It's taught to us to not judge our characters, and as soon as I didn't, then that's where I felt like I was able to really like jump into it and like allow myself to portray that character.
What was it like working with uh, Diego and Julio, with like the writer and the director of this? And like this is so close and it's such a passion project for them. What was it like working with them?
Yeah, it was really a unique opportunity because I think that they are a team that really values artists and actors in terms of what they have to offer. And it's not just, we're not just showing up and being told what to do. They really made the intention of opening a line of communication with us where we had correspondence via email about the characters. And then when we were in Spain on set, they were great about creating time for all of us, cast and crew, to spend time together and discussing the themes in the movie, and kind of bringing up ideas that we had about the character, which I had not really experienced before. So I felt like I was really grateful in that sense to really like push my abilities to like a different type of level.
Do you feel like you grew, like you've grown so much just from this role alone?
Yeah, and also since then, I mean, we filmed this in the summer of 2019.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I feel like as
I
an
didn't realize
artist,
it was so long ago.
yeah, and especially with what everybody went through with the pandemic, it's really cool to see where my life is now and where I am in my career, and look back at this, and it really is the time capsule of different parts of your journey and your artistry. And I guess before I never really saw it that way, because most of the things that I had done, because of like for TV, it's a quicker turnaround.
Right.
And I had never experienced something where you do something and then 3 years later, it comes out. And so I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, this is like, 2019 Bella. And now, I can look back at that and be like I've grown since then. And it's really cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Something you said earlier kind of leads me into my next question about like the layers of this story.
Yeah.
I found many messages, a lot of little nuggets that I don't know a lot of people are going to catch. So what is something that you hope viewers do see and take from the movie?
I hope that they just go into it open-minded. I think that there is such a necessity for more diversity in TV and film, and especially in Hollywood. And I think sometimes when we don't see these stories represented, once one finally comes out, it almost seems like people are more critical about it, because it's like the like one that's out there, like the and you can't really compare it too much. So I hope that people really just see it as like an opening or a segue into hopefully a lot more of these different types of stories throughout a broad range of cultures and individual experiences of not just that white lens, an American lens. So I hope that that's ultimately, I hope that that's what they take from it. I hope that they laugh. I hope that they're challenged and encouraged to think. I think as an artist, the thing that would disappoint me the most is for someone to look at something that I did, whether it be in acting or like even, a drawing piece or something like that, and to feel nothing. So I've always said that at least if I can encourage someone to think a certain type of way or feel something, then I've done my job. And whether it's like, you know, I remember in one of a high school play I played like Nurse Ratched.
Yeah.
And I had a friend of mine, you know, come up to me after the show, and he was like, I'm so sorry, you were just such a bitch, I couldn't handle it because it wasn't you, like I had to walk out, like I hated it. And I was like, good. And he's like, what do you mean? I like, you know, I hated it. And I'm like, I made you feel something. And that, like, even if you did hate it, like I'm okay with that. I think that that's what art is essentially supposed to do. It's supposed to make us think, and it's supposed to make us feel something. So I hope people are open to that.
I love that. That is such an amazing answer to that question. So thank you. Although if you didn't hate Nurse Ratched, then you did it wrong.
Yeah, I'm not like the other part of me was like, but then you're saying that I'm a good actor, right? It's just
Like, thank you. Thank you. Just a little bit of this. Were there any fun behind the scenes moments, or was there a scene that was absolutely your favorite?
So when I was on set, I think I was we were prepping for a scene, and in walks is it Troy James? I hope it's Troy James. He was a contestant on America's Got Talent, and he is a uniquely talented individual because he can bend and move his body in
That guy.
incredible ways. Yes. And oh my gosh, when he walked in, I freaked out because I had seen him, I think like the year prior on America's Got Talent. I'm like, that's so like, he served to me as what athletes like represent to me, where it's like, our bodies are capable of so much. And when people dedicate their lives to perfecting a certain type of ability, especially a physical one, it's so inspiring, and it's so incredible. And so that's what he represented for me. And then I'm like, wait a second, I'm in a horror movie with him, with Troy, like this is so cool. So that was definitely a special like little fangirl moment I had.
I love that. I have two last quick things. What is your favorite horror movie?
Oh, okay. Favorite questions are really hard for me.
You
It's
do
like
top
almost
three.
like my brain doesn't want to like, but my brain's like, no, like what if it changes? You can't. But I'm just gonna have to say Silence of the Lambs and American Psycho.
Great.
Maybe like, and don't criticize me on that. Maybe that's my fear with favorite questions, but it's like, for me, something that's favorite, it's like something that I can return to and watch over and over again, and that like I can still be getting something from. But there are definitely like other like higher brow intellectual horror movies that I enjoy too. But
Mine's pretty basic. It's Nightmare on Elm Street. There it is. The end.
okay, yeah, we don't have to like judge ourselves for our own preferences.
Exactly. It's us. It's what we love. And then my last thing for you, we do this for TikTok and social media in 30 seconds or less.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Why should everyone go watch American Carnage?
In 30 seconds? Okay, here we go. Watch American Carnage because it tackles very serious issues that we face in our reality, but it addresses it in a very like creative, extreme stakes type of way. So you're supposed to like be illuminated to the horrors of the world, but also like laugh about it because you know, life's hard. And sometimes we need to take the time to just talk about how absurd it is and laugh about it.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much,
Is
man.
that 30 seconds? I don't know.
It's good. We'll see. It will be. Have a great day. And I hope
It's been amazing, Sarah. Thank you so much. This has been so fun. I love talking to you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.